Hi everyone, it's Christophe Choo from Coldwell Banker Global Luxury in Beverly Hills, and today I'm on my way to an open house. It's on Sunday, and I'm driving from one part of LA through two other parts, and it's actually split in between. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about that, because buying in LA, there's so many wonderful neighborhoods, and it's important to hire the right agent like me, or to watch videos so you can kind of learn about neighborhoods and see what's the right fit for you. So I just turned off of Wilshire Boulevard to the south of me here behind on a street called Comstock, which is Wilshire Boulevard was going west towards the ocean, and at Comstock is where the high rises are on the Wilshire Corridor, as we call it. But I turned right on Comstock, and as we go north, we're into two of the most premier residential neighborhoods in LA, so let me show you the tour. So I'm here on Comstock, just north of Wilshire, and first of all, it's very wooded, lots of beautiful mature trees, and basically to the left side of me is an area called Little Holmby, which is part of the overall Westwood area. This here is called Holmby Park. It's a wonderful park, and it's part of the dividing line between Holmby Hills proper and the Little Holmby area of Westwood. So as we're coming up here, that is 660 Clubview Drive. That was a property purchased by Adam Levine back last year. I think he paid around $17 million. He subsequently resold it immediately for $18.8 million, and it was torn down. So it's one of the first houses as you enter the southern section of Holmby Hills. And here you can see on the left is the park, and right here to the right, you won't see it from where we are, is the former Spelling Mansion that was purchased by Petra Ecclestone for about $100 million a few years ago. It's currently on the market for $175 million. And it's again here right across from the eastern side of Holmby Park. On the corner here was one of the first modern homes built in Holmby Hills years back. Sold at the time for $10 million. They're just doing a gut job. They might be tearing it down, but they're doing a gut job. And that's right there at the end of Mapleton Drive, which is considered the finest street on the West Coast. So Holmby Park is a public park. There is lawn bowling, so you can join the lawn bowling group and enjoy the lawn bowling, but it is a City of Los Angeles public park. So as we go up here, this is Beverly Glen, and Beverly Glen is, I think, one of the prettiest streets around. The trees, there's many, many mature trees that have been here probably since the 1920s, and Beverly Glen Boulevard itself houses on this block basically are ranging from about $5 million, about $5.5 million for a fixer. I think that was the most recent sale, up to, gosh, I forget the highest sale at the moment, but the one I have listed now is currently at $7 million. And so this is, again, Beverly Glen Boulevard, and the beautiful oak tree line. I'm not oak tree lined, I don't know what kind of trees they are, but beautiful tree lines on the street. So to the right side is Holmby Hills proper. So these houses are all backing onto Mapleton Drive. And on the left side is Little Holmby, part of Westwood. So this is the dividing line east and west between the two communities. And actually starting here at the fence on the right is a property I sold just about a year ago now, actually. And it was a 1.68 acre property, 1.6 acres, you can't see it now. And it was originally built in the 1920s for Alan Dwan, who was one of the founders of the Hollywood film business. He owned the first movie studio in Hollywood. Was also in the movie Mommy Dearest as Joan Crawford's home. So aside from that being sold for $18.8 million, this one sold for $17.7, and the buyer purchased both of the properties, has torn them down, and it's got basically bought the land for $36 million for the two lots, and apparently is building about a 36,000 square foot house. But no surprise, Mapleton Drive is again the finest street in Los Angeles, and if not the West Coast, and the priciest. Houses range today from $18 million for a teardown to about $175 million is the top price currently on that street. And I've sold quite a few on Mapleton, which is exciting. I've always loved that street since I started my career, and I focus my mind on selling properties on that street. So anyways, this is the northern end. So right now we've got three neighborhoods. Straight ahead is Bel Air. That's the east entry gate of Bel Air. To our right was all Holmby Hills. And then to our left was all of, not all of, but part of the Little Holmby Westwood area, again, the eastern flank of that neighborhood. But since we're already here, we're going to be entering the east gate of Bel Air, which is the most exclusive and priciest part. And if you go down Sunset Boulevard there, for about 5 blocks continuing, it will continue to be Holmby Hills, and then you enter into Beverly Hills. But right now we're going to enter gate again of Bel Air. Zip code is 90077 for the main part of Bel Air. The other part is 90049, that's the western side. And this lower east gate section is the priciest off of Bel Air Road. Properties tend to be at least an acre in size, plus. And as you go up the hill, depending on the property, Bruce Mikowski's house is on the market for $188 million with a beautiful view. And the most expensive home in Bel Air last year was $88 million that Jay-Z and Beyonce bought literally up 2 blocks up the street here to the right. That was about 2.2 acres, a beautiful Paul McLean modern house with 3 swimming pools, which was very, very cool. And a really beautifully designed home. And that sold for $88 million right here in the lower section of Bel Air East Gate. And one of the most, actually I think it is the most expensive house in LA right now. It's called Chartwell, is up here on Bel Air Road. And that is listed for just under $300 million. And it was in the TV show, the hit Beverly Hillbillies. It was the Beverly Hillbilly Estate. And it was also known, that was the TV name. The original name was Kirkaby because it was built for a family, and then the Kirkabys purchased it right after it was built. And that was once Madonna's house in Bel Air. She's owned a lot of houses in LA, but that was once Madonna's house in Bel Air. So that's the guard gate here at the East Gate in Bel Air. ACS Security is the company. It used to be called Bel Air Patrol. The gates are quite pretty, but they're called faux gates because they're not really real gates. That's our local fire station, the Bel Air Fire Station that helped in the Bel Air fire last year. God bless our firemen. So again, Bel Air behind me. To the left here, left side, is now Holmby Hills proper. And to the right is Little Holmby, Westwood. And then further down the right here on Sunset Boulevard is continuing of Bel Air on the right, Westwood on the left, UCLA campus, and then you hit the 405 freeway and then the Brentwood area of Los Angeles. So I thought you'd enjoy this little mini tour of this particular street because I've actually never done a tour of Beverly Glen, or this part of Beverly Glen. Beverly Glen does go quite far, goes all the way up to the San Fernando Valley and all the way down to South LA. So it's just one of those streets that was way before the freeways, and it just goes all the way up and down, probably through a lot of LA County. So we're gonna soon arrive at my open house. So the open house I'm holding today is at 333 South Beverly Glen in the Westwood Little Holmby area. Lots of history. It was built in 1938 by Paul Williams, who was the first ever African-American architect to win the AIA Gold Medal Award, which is a huge honor, and he's absolutely one of the finest architects in the last 100 years. And it was once the home of Ronald Reagan and the actress Jane Wyman in the 1930s and 1940s. And most recently it was in the TV series hit show called Feud as the home of Joan Crawford. So kind of an interesting little bit of history to that property. So we're just about to arrive. It's over here on the right-hand side. I'll pull on the gates to be able to get a little view of the property. Oh, right across the street from my double lots that I sold. So this is the house. Very old Hollywood movie star, right? 1938 architecture, designed again by Paul Williams in the beautiful Georgian traditional style. Incredible Georgian details. It's really a gem in the rough, ready to be remodeled. And once remodeled, it's going to really be an amazing property. It's about 6,200 square feet. The lot's close to half an acre. 5 bedrooms, 6.5 baths. Lots of parking. And really great neighborhood. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Hope you enjoyed my little driving tour today of this little part of LA. If you're ever looking to buy a house in LA or sell a house or condo or commercial property, we do all of those things. I've been doing it for 29 years. It'd be my pleasure to help. I was born and raised in LA, and I've been doing real estate now for more than half my life. I'll be 50 this year, so I've been doing it for 30 of those 50 years. So I know my business and I know the neighborhoods, and I kind of really key into people and their needs and their lifestyle. Lifestyle's so important. I always ask those questions of a buyer. what kind of lifestyle you're looking for. What do you do on the weekends? What do you do at night? And not to pry, but to really kind of help guide you into the neighborhoods that fit the way you want to live here in LA. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I got to get to work. I'll see you all real soon.